Hi guys, welcome to section 6 of this course, Natural Language Processing. And for this course, we're going to explore Autogon chatbot and service bot. We're going to explore Autogon chatbot and agent identity. We're going to explore optical character recognition, detecting text from images. We're going to explore text-to-image generation, speech-to-text, text-to-speech, natural language processing, and we're going to deep dive into symptoms to disease prediction, sentiment analysis, and article categorization, category prediction. And all of this we're going to build on Autogon AI. Okay. So if you look at Autogon chatbot, so Autogon chatbot enables users to create custom chatbots under 5 minutes. This chatbot can comprehend documents using a range of knowledge models, including private open source ones like Mistral, Llama 2, 70B, and O1.ai. These are some private open source models, and some public models like the likes of Google Bard, OpenAI, GPT-4, and GPT 3.5. Good. So the platform specifically recommends that the guys, so businesses in the healthcare and finance sectors use open source models for their chatbot development. And yes, chatbots developed with Autogon AI can be integrated with various platforms, including phone numbers, websites, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So I'm going to show us how we can build this bot and integrate this bot into each of these channels in split seconds. Yes. And why does the platform recommend guys in the sensitive industry to go through the likes of private open source models? And that's because of sensitive data. So once your data is going to, if your users are going to be communicating with your bot using sensitive data, to the likes of Google Bard or OpenAI or or whatever other public models like that, your users' data are not private, and this is a problem. Yes, imagine financial institution and your users are communicating their email and the password. It's a problem. SDKs and APIs are available to interact with the bot that has been built. Users can build any number of chatbots, like building a custom chatbot to serve as a robo-advisor for each fintech user. Yes, these are some use cases you can explore. You can build a chatbot for each fintech user. So you build a chatbot with the knowledge base of the institution, and you initialize each instance of the chatbot with the transaction history of that particular customer, transaction history of like 6 months to 1 year of that particular customer, and you tell that chatbot to give it an agent instruction to advise that particular customer on how to make the best financial decision per time. And this is a beautiful one. Yes, robo advisor. And yes, user so custom chatbot to serve as a robo advisor for each fintech user, or building a customer service agent, or a teacher for a grade 3 children, or a grade 3 child. Okay, so looking at the right, you see AI application plus data product, Q&A web app, chatbot, model as an API. You see the LLMs. So corpus, text preprocessing, prompt engineering, LLM inferencing, generated text. These are lower layer of this. These are the ones that your users are getting to interact with. And you now see knowledge base LLM models, like all of this. Yes, we're going to be doing some super interesting stuff. In the course of this lecture, you need to download this data source. Very important. We're going to download it because it has access to some existing data set we're going to use in building some interesting examples we're going to be building for this course. Then you can look at this number. This is a number that if you dial, you can speak to Autogon customer service bot. Yes, and that's a demo illustration. And also this particular WhatsApp number, if you chat it, you'll be able to chat with Autogon customer service bot. Yes, for demo illustration. Yes, and you can go replicate this for your business. Okay, I'm actually going to call Autogon chatbot right now.
The number you are trying to call does not exist. Please check the number and try again. Thank you.
here. I think that's network issues. I'm calling using an MTN number.
Hello, how can I help you today?
Hi, my name is David, and I'm calling to find out more about Autogon Studio Wizard.
Thank you for reaching out. We appreciate your message. How can we assist you today?
I'm calling to find out about Autogon Studio Wizard.
Thank you for your call. Autogon Studio Wizard is our shortcut to predictive modeling. Just specify your data, select the target variable, and let the wizard create your model swiftly. No complexity, just results. Visit our website for more details.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. How can I bring in AI?
Thank you for reaching out. We appreciate your message. How can we assist you today?
How can I bring in artificial intelligence into my fish pond business?
Sure. To bring AI into your fish ponds business, follow these steps. 1. Identify areas where AI can be beneficial, such as automated feeding or water quality monitoring. 2. Research AI solutions specific to fish ponds, like smart sensors or computer vision technology. 3. Implement the chosen AI solution and integrate it into your existing fish pond system. 4. Monitor and analyze the data collected by AI to optimize your fish pond operations. By incorporating AI, you can enhance efficiency and productivity in your fish ponds business. Let me know if you need further assistance.
Okay, I need further assistance with Autogon optical character recognition.
Thank you for reaching out to Autogon. We appreciate your call. How can we assist you today?
I need further assistance with Autogon optical character recognition.
Sure, I'd be happy to help you with optimal optical character recognition. Here's what you can do. 1. Make sure you have the latest version of our Autogon Core AI solution. 2. Open the Core interface and select the optical character recognition feature. 3. Follow the on-screen instructions to upload your document or image for recognition. 4. Sit back and let our powerful AI algorithms do the work for you. 5. Once the recognition is complete, you can easily extract and manipulate the text as needed. With Autogon Core, achieving accurate and efficient optical character recognition has never been easier. Let me know if you need any further assistance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for reaching out to Autogon. We appreciate your message. How can we assist you today?
Thank you very much. I am good.
Great to hear that you're doing well. How can I assist you today?
Okay. I built this in less than 3-4 minutes. So if you notice the frequent request for how can I assist you today, how can I assist you today? So it's based on the prompt that I had specified, and I can also write some custom agent identity to make it not to be persuasive, always reintroducing itself after the response that it has given. And yes, this is a beta feature on Autogon AI, and you can build a very powerful bot, request a phone number, and integrate that bot with a phone number in less than 5 minutes, building and integrating. And yes, you can also integrate your bot to WhatsApp environment. Yes, and this is beautiful actually. Yes, I'll share WhatsApp screenshots. Okay, so this is actually a conversation going on with a random person, and the WhatsApp bots. If you can see this clearly, I also share some screenshot, and you see the bot handles all conversation. So you can build whatever use case, either a divorce lawyer or a medical virtual assistant or whatever that collects image, analyzes the image, pre-processes the image, and converts the response coming from the image that you've built on Autogon Vision API. Take that response, wrap it around response coming from the chat that you've built for that with that domain knowledge, and you get the response from the chatbot and you give it back to the end users. Okay, so this is just a quick one on some small interesting stuff that you can do. Okay, so you can download this data source here, so you can follow up with me, and if you have your own data source, customer service data source, you can make use of yours. So yes, beautiful. We look at a thing around Autogon chatbot and agent identity. Then we'll go down to Autogon environment, building a sample chatbot. So a chatbot agent identity refers to the persona or character that the chatbot assumes. This identity can include specific traits like name, gender, backstory, tone of the voice, language style, and even a virtual appearance. Kindly take note of this. Traits like name, like I built a virtual assistant for myself, Obi Ebuka David, and I told the virtual assistant, so your name is your name is Obi Ebuka David, digital assistant, and you are going to represent Obi Ebuka David in all WhatsApp chat conversations. Keep your chats brief, be kind. Yeah, so you can see language style and then virtual appearances. So the identity is crafted to suit the chatbot purpose and the audience it is intended to interact with. So it helps in making interactions more engaging and relatable for users. So chatbot identity is actually a very strong one. So when you get to, so it's one thing for you to build a chatbot. It's another thing for you to craft out the identity to personal to give an interesting user experience to end customers. Like I once built a chatbot, the first version of my digital assistant, if you chat my personal line, and so it was attending to all conversations. And whereas I trained it on on a few documents about Obi Ebuka David, some of my awards, some of my research breakthroughs, and all of that. And it was even attending to personal conversations, and it was doing poorly well with personal conversations. So I went to the agent identity and I toned it and said, whatever is out of your context, respond with, oh, this message is noted. This message is noted. I would get Obi Ebuka David to attend to it. Or you can even specify the identity section and say, don't respond to anything external of your context. Okay, so the goal of a chatbot, on the other hand, is the primary objective, or the set objective is designed to achieve. So these goals can vary widely depending on the chatbot application. So common goals includes customer service, sales, and marketing. You can design a chatbot that initiates a sales and marketing call. You can design a chatbot that waits for customers to ask questions and it responds to those questions in a beautiful manner. Data collection, yes, you can design chatbots to call people and ask questions. So how are you today? How was your experience? And it takes note of each number and each of the information you got from those individuals, and it gathers a survey. So beautiful. You can create a personal assistant, which I did. Education and training, you can create a bot that offering educational content, quizzes, and interactive learning experience to children of different level. Even entertainment, engaging users with games, stories, and entertaining content. Yeah, so chatbot identity and goal are crucial in determining its design, functionality, and the way it interacts with users. So a well-defined identity and clear goal are very key to creating an effective and user-friendly bot. If you look to the right, so I took a screenshot of one of my chatbots. So you are Autogon customer service chatbot. You will try to keep your responses short and will also include steps on how to go about anything where necessary. Okay, let's quickly hop onto the Autogon environment. And yes, this is the chatbot session. I can see I have 6 chatbots in this my account. And yes, so for this same account, you can see Autogon chatbot website. And if I click on edit, you will see you are Autogon customer service chatbot. You will try to keep your responses short and also include steps on how to go about anything where necessary. And that's why when we place the call, to this chatbot, it's so what I would have done to also tailor make the experience of the call bot you're listening to was to design another chatbot and tell it that you are a call bot, and keep your response very brief, sound this way, sound that way. And so if I'd used another bot and given it a specific agent identity that tailors it down to a call bot, and be polite but not too polite, give it all of the tone and every single thing, then it would have sounded better. Cool. So I'm going to show you how to create a chatbot, which I've showed every one of us in this section 1 and section 1 course. And yes, so all you need to do is you click on the create bot. So you see this color, the color you see here, all of this is what shows up when users click on it if you integrate the chatbot to your website. So you can see this is Autogon chatbot. Hello, if I say hello, okay, how can I integrate to Autogon prediction API? So yes, it has also been trained with some documentations, Autogon developer documentations, and let's see the recall rate. Okay, to integrate with Autogon, you can see we told it to give step-by-step guide, and that's why you can find step-by-step guide. So this is the power of the agent identity thing. So to integrate with Autogon's prediction API, you can follow these steps: obtain your API key, sign into your Autogon account, and navigate to the API section. Generate an API key specially for the prediction API. Set up your API request. Use the Autogon prediction API documentation to understand and request and structure required parameters. Make API calls. Use your preferred programming languages or tools to make HTTP requests, and blah 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 blah. Okay, send me the documentation link for this. Let's see if it can get this. Let's give this some seconds. And beautiful. Sure, here's the documentation link for chatbot conversation, and this is very beautiful. So yes, you can create a chatbot off of every single documentation, your product, navigation around your product, and every single thing. And yes, once you create the chat, so you can see this color is because I specified this color. So if I click on Autogon website and I click on edit the chatbot, you can see this is the color I specified as my brand color. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new chatbot. So I can leave this color as red. Okay, and yes, public LLM. If you're building chatbot and you want the chatbot to be fast, and you want the chatbot is going to be engaging users but not collecting private information from users. Public LLM, but private LLM is fast but not so fast, and users will be chatting with sensitive information, like account number, passwords, and different things. Very important. So I'll use the public LLM, and you can see the default is GPT 3.5, and I'll call this a class bot. A class book bot, because I'm going to train this bot on one of my books. So we'll call this a class book bot, and I'll click on next, and description, I'll say anything. So this is just for the system trained on the startup manifesto and agent identity. You are a chat version of the chat of the I'll just copy this, of the startup manifesto book created by Obi Ebuka David. Don't be so polite. Don't be so polite. Be detailed with your responses. Be detailed with your responses, and be detailed with your response. Okay, this is fine. So let's upload the training material. Yes, this is my book, 7.27 megabytes. Yeah, if you want to read about the book, you can hit me up on my LinkedIn, and you'll see it's attached to my LinkedIn profile. So if I click on create, we give this some seconds, and you see how very beautiful it is to create, design, and create a chatbot. And so once we've created this, we'll inference this with 1 or 2 questions, and beautiful, our bot has been created. Now you will notice this code snippet that was created here, that was placed for us here. You can copy this like this, or you click on this copy and paste it on your website header. Once you paste it on your website header, you have this chat icon always popped out on your website. As beautiful, as simple as that. And here is your chatbot ID. As simple as that. And yes, for those of you who want to go through the SDK route, you want to integrate it into your mobile app, or you want to integrate it into your portal, yes, so there are APIs available where you can pass in your chatbot ID and inference and manage conversations around it, or build a private wall around it, so users can just chat with your bot. But if you copy this like this and place it on your website, you're going to have this here. Okay, beautiful. So we call this class bot. Yes, we can interact with our bot here to test it. Yes, you can see the color we chose, very red. Okay, so if I say, tell me about the startup manifesto. So we'll give this some seconds. Tell me about the startup manifesto. Give this some seconds. So after training the bot, so the first conversation initializes it, and subsequently gets faster. And you can see startup manifesto, we said be detailed. You see the power of agent identity. The startup manifesto is a book written by Ebuka David, a successful entrepreneur and the founder of multiple startups. The book serves as a guide, blah 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 blah. Goes beyond the surface level. The startup manifesto is a comprehensive guide for aspiring entrepreneurs, tech enthusiasts, and the book and business leaders, providing valuable insights and advice on building, scaling, and envisioning the future of startups. And this is beautiful, and you can keep engaging and asking about different sections of the books, and yes, and even ask questions like, oh, I am a startup entrepreneur, and I'm currently at pre-seed round. How can I leverage valuable insights from this book to transform me from pre-seed round to seed round, or down to series A round? And beautiful insights. Yes, how do I retweak my vision in line with this? So the bot is smart enough to take your question, digest your question, take snippets from the context material, which is the book we've provided, and bring out a beautiful response for every single chat question that has been sent. Okay. And one beautiful thing you can always do, so when chats comes in like that for you, you can always see different chats here. And if you click on view session, you can see different people interacting with your bot. So you see different sessions here, and you can see the question that was asked, and you see the bot response. Okay, so we'll click on Autogon service bot. I have an existing service which I named XYZ. That's my digital identity, XYZ. Okay, so if you click on XYZ, because you'll be asked to create a service bot. So I created a service bot. Just one step, enter the name and create service, as simple as that. So I created this, and yes, I don't have the phone number. So you can see phone number. I don't have any phone line here. You can request a call number, and you can see you select the chatbot, and you request. So today Autogon supports Kenya, Uganda, Nigeria, and Tanzania. Yes, today, and you can select. You can see this is a class book. So peradventure, I want to assign class book to a phone number in Nigeria. This and I request. So because I don't have any available phone number, yes, so this is not permitted. So you need to reach out to Autogon AI to provision you a phone number following regulatory standard. Yes, in the telco sector. But yes, you can connect it to your WhatsApp. So you can see the number I placed on your screen. Yes, that you can chat with the bot. So you can see there's a bot connected to this, and you can see the chatbot ID 95 and it ends with 75, and you can see connected. And yes, and how to just do this is you select your phone number, and once you enter your phone number, you click on continue, ensure it's your WhatsApp number. It generates you a QR code. All you need to do is take your WhatsApp device and scan the QR code. So you link your WhatsApp device and the QR code that has been sent to you, and every single chat you can read every single chat here. So yes, you can see these were the last chats that were coming to me, and this the sender name and the bot's message, and yes, you can see the bot's message to every single thing, and you can see the latency, yes, for every single response. And for email, you can integrate. You can see you select Outlook, and you follow the process, and you integrate a chatbot to your email. As simple as that. Okay. So we are done looking at our chatbot and the agent identity. We're going to be looking at detect text in images using the optical character recognition. So OCR is a transformative technology for businesses, streamlining document management and data preprocessing. Yes, so you can read for that, but the key thing you need to know about optical character recognition is that AI can extract text-based text from images. So I'm going to open Autogon environment right now, and I'll select Autogon Core. And yes, we'll click on detect image client. Yes, you can see it's running with a default, and the default that was passed was a passport. So this is a Nigerian passport, and to the right you can see extracts of items from the passport, like block 1, these are the extracts from block 1, block 2, these are the extracts, block 3, these are the extract, block 4, and continuously like that. So yes, and if we pass in an identity card, and this is a Ghana identity card, and you can see block 1 the extract, block 2 the extract, and beyond identity cards, you can collect utility bills. You can collect not just KYC enabled documents. You can transform your official document, newspapers, official documents from physical copies to digital copies, and it just takes you calling the API, or you can upload the file here by selecting a new file and upload whatever file or documents that you have as regards this. And yes, this is a beautiful feature that helps with day-to-day activities for several businesses. And yes, if you click on this, you can see the APIs detect text in images, so you can integrate this particular service into your back office by calling this API and passing your image. As simple as that. And yes, this is a very beautiful function. The next function we're going to look at is text to image. And text to image is another beautiful function on Autogon AI. All you need to do is, so you can see, post apocalyptic wonderland is generating a sample. Let's give it some seconds. So generating images that resonate with your post, and yes, and this is actually very important. You can see this is wisdom trapped in a bottle. We can say robot dog alien visiting the earth. These are some. Okay, this image is not available. So let's play with. Let's do. So we say the earth is coming to an end. So let's generate something. You can see this has to be the earth. Okay, the earth is going down. Just generating something fictitious. Yeah, so graphic designers, creative professionals, video editors, earth is going down. Yeah. Okay, so speech to text. Speech to text, also known as voice recognition technology, is a computer process that converts spoken words into written text. This technology utilizes algorithms to recognize and transcribe human speech into a readable format, effective bridging the gap between verbal communication and digital data. Very, very important. So efficient in documentation, accessibility, customer service improvement, data analysis and insights. Disadvantages of speech to text: it's very cost effective and enhances user experience. So we're going to hop onto Autogon environment, and this is speech to text. You can either upload an audio file here, or you record your own voice, or you hit up on the documentation, and you will see the API to integrate and pass in a speech, and it gives you back a text. So I'll click on this. I am stressed and I am tired. I'm wondering what I'm going to eat for my next meal, and probably Indomie. I don't know if you can transcribe Indomie, but yeah, that's fine. That's what I would like to eat. Okay, so let's give this some seconds. So we can see we're able to get our text out, and this makes sense. I'm stressed and I'm tired and I'm wondering blah 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 blah. Yes, so you can play with this service, and you can integrate this service into your application. And then the next service we're going to play with is actually the speech, the text to speech. Yes, so this technology converts text in spoken words, providing significant benefit for businesses. So yes, let's look at this, the text to speech. We'll type, how are you today? And any text you give it out.
How are you today?
Beautiful. And you can always download this, and there's an API for you to interact with this. Okay, so if I say I hate to eat, I hate to eat eat what? Eat rice. I hate to eat rice. Okay.
I hate to eat rice.
Okay, makes sense. So so this is for text to speech, and there's the API you can integrate. Yes, very beautiful. And under text to speech, we have the voice cloning. So yes, the voice cloning, I'll select my existing voice. You can always add a voice by recording your own voice. You click on start and read every single thing here. It asks it's going to ask you to save. You save your voice, and if I say I hate, okay, we'll paste that same thing. I hate to eat rice using my clone voice. Let's give it some seconds.
I hate to eat rice.
I hate to eat rice. Okay, so if I say how long would it take to how long will it take to complete what you are doing right now? How long would it take to complete what you're doing right now? Okay, so we submit this, and we'll play with the voice cloning one more time.
How long would it take to complete what you are doing right now?
So you can see it has the texture and the tone, a bit of the texture and the tone of my voice. And yes, the training data for the voice cloning service was trained on Western voices, male and female, and children. And yes, advancement is still happening on this voice cloning technology to greatly support African voices. And yes, customers will be notified via email once that has been done. Beautiful. So this is that for text to speech, and then we're going to get into the part 2, which is the section 2. And the section 2, we're going to go deep dive into natural language processing, and then we're going to be playing with the studio environment again. Okay, so natural language processing. So natural language processing is the subfield of AI that focuses on interaction between computers and human language. So NLP language enables machines to understand, interpret, and generate human language in a way that is both valuable and meaningful. So here are some key aspects of NLP. There's the language understanding, there's the language understanding at scale, and there's the language generation. So language understanding. So kindly pay attention. So there's the tokenization. This process of breaking text into individual words or tokens. There's the part of speech tagging, assigning grammatical categories to words in a sentence. And there's the named entity recognition, identifying and classifying entities such as names of people, places, organizations. So there's the language understanding at scale, text classification, categorizing text document into predefined classes or categories, topic modeling, document similarity, text summarization, language understanding at scale, and there's the language generation, text generation, like the likes of ChatGPT, creating coherent and contextual relevant text such as chatbots, what you build using Autogon AI chatbot, language translation, content generation, machine translation, translating text from one language to another, and speech synthesis, generating human-like speech from text, like text to speech. Okay, some key aspects of NLP also, there's the conversational AI, chatbot, virtual assistant, there's the advanced language understanding, sentiment analysis, emotional cognition, context analysis, and there's sequence to sequence models. When you build recurrent neural networks, long short-term memories, and the transformer model. Yes, so the next section we're going to be having a deep dive into deep learning. I'll be playing with some of these networks. Okay, so there are several common techniques for vectorizing text data. So vectorization is a very key part when you're having to deal with natural language processing, and vectorization is the context of natural language processing. In the context, so it refers to process of converting textual data into numerical vectors, converting textual data into numerical vectors, and that can be used for machine learning or statistical analysis. So there are several common techniques of vectorization, but we're going to be dealing with two in this course, which is the count vectorization and the TF-IDF. Now, you need to know when to use what. So count vectorization, simple, computationally efficient, captures the frequency of terms in the document, useful for tasks like text classification, sentiment analysis, topic modeling. Cons: ignores the importance of rare terms, does not handle common words like stop words very well. Then TF-IDF considers the importance of terms not only within the document but also in the entire corpus. Downweights common terms, stop words that appears in many documents. Useful for informational retrieval, document ranking, and text summarization tasks. Useful for information retrieval, like a search engine, document ranking, and text summarization. So you can see a useful, the main usage of TF-IDF when we're wanting to come up with a body of search that searches through and looking for similarities and paying attention to the importance of the words. So cons: requires more computational resources than count vectorization, may not perform well on very short documents. Exactly. So beautiful. So we are going to be solving our first example of NLP on Autogon environment, and this happens to be a symptom to disease prediction problem. So it's an interesting problem, and yes, it's not just limited to the health sector. You can always come up with something similar around this for different sectors. And if you observe something, there's the column 0, column 1, and column 2, and you can see this is the label and this is the text, and this is the document we'll be working with. So very quickly, I could show you the flows here, and we're also going to get into the studio environment, and something you can even play with yourself and drop me comments. So I took screenshots of working on each of these, so you can see the data set was imported, and we placed in the CSV file. And so for feature sampling, we assigned boundary 2, that's column 2 to X boundary, and column 1 to the Y boundary. And what's column 2 here? This is 0, 1, 2. We assign this to the independent variable, and we assign this to the dependent variable. Okay. So after the feature sampling, then we brought in text vectorizer, and text vectorizer, we connected it to the feature sampling, and we decided to vectorize the independent variable. So like we defined, vectorization is the process of converting textual data into numerical vectors that can be used for machine learning or statistical analysis. So we called the text vectorizer, and this time around, what do we pass? We pass the count vectorizer, and yes, and we ran this before we now call the data splitting. Then we call the data splitting, and then we assigned 20% to the test set, 80% to the train sets, and we called a classification problem that is best for handling text data, and this is naive Bayes. And yes, and the category of naive Bayes is the multinomial naive Bayes. So it's popular machine learning algorithm used for text classification tasks. And after this, we call the naive Bayes machine predict and naive Bayes machine metrics. So yes, we can always copy this data set and get to the Autogon environment. All we need to do is to create a project, and I'll call this NLP 1, and yes, 1, and we'll launch this on studio environment, and we need to drag in our data inputs. So we already have our URL. We'll select CSV, we'll paste our URL here, and we'll run this. Okay, so this is done running, and if we visualize this, we have no need of this first column, but we have need of this column and this column. So we need to assign this to the independent variable and this to the dependent variable. So this is 0, 1, 2. So we assign this 2 to independent and this to dependent. So we call in the feature sampling block or function. We'll connect it. So we'll connect this to this, and then we'll assign 2 to x, 1 to y. We run this. So the next thing we're going to bring in the vectorizer. So text vectorizer. We'll bring in the vectorizer, and we'll assign this, and we will vectorize the x. All we need to do is supply. So you can see there's the TF-IDF vectorizer, there's the count vectorizer, and there's the hashing vectorizer. But for this, the best to use is the count vectorizer. And if you check the documentation, what are we vectorizing? So you see that we are actually vectorizing index 0. And why is it index 0? Because if you look at from this feature sampling, the value from the feature sampling for x, it's only 0 exactly. So we need to supply index 0. And because we're going to need this width, we can save this width, feature scaling underscore width, and we run the text vectorizer. As simple as that. And good, we have our text vectorizer. And the next thing we can do again, following the material, we bring in the data split. After the data split, we'll now bring in the naive bias. There's no need to call the feature scaling. So now we've been able to vectorize. Let's visualize this text data, and you see that it is now in form of, is now numeric. Exactly. Is now numeric. Exactly. Beautiful. So we can then bring in the data split. The data split. And we'll connect the data split. And so we assign 0.2 to the test data set, and we can give this a state of 0. So following the material, after calling data split, we can then bring in naive bias, and we can bring in its the follow other functions of naive bias, that the predict and the metrics. So we can bring in naive bias now. Naive bias, dragging this, naive bias predicts, follow suitly, and naive bias metrics. And beautiful. So yes, you can't solve this going through the Studio Wizard route for now. Maybe in the future it's going to be updated to solve problems like this. So now we have this. So we can then go ahead to select the multinomial naive bias, as this is best for text classification tags. And we give this a name, and we'll call it model. Text model, text underscore model, and we run this. So good, our model is done building. We enter the model name here, and we select default. So it's going to predict the test data sets. And beautiful. And yes, we enter the model name here, so we can get an accuracy. And beautiful. So our model is done running. Okay, so our model is done running, and we have an accuracy of a 0.8, and this is beautiful actually. So we're going to proceed to create a pipeline, and what we need to pass the weight of the text vectorizer, and we need to pass the weight of the model. So those are two things we need to pass. Then so I'll quickly click on switcher. I will create a pipeline, and we'll call this pipeline, and we'll save, and we need to drag in. So let's give this some seconds to load up. So we need to drag in text vectorizer, and we're dragging model predict. So we'll connect text vectorizer to model predict, and what value are we vectorizing? Very important. So we are vectorizing the zero index of the data set, and yes, so that was all passed, and text model. So we'll run this. So we'll pass the zero index of the to the text vectorizer function. So you have to ensure the index that you passed is actually the index you are passing also for the pipeline environment. So let's give this some seconds to run. I have a little crappy network. Okay, text vectorizer is done running, so it remains model predict to save, and we're done with our pipeline. Then we can go on to inferencing our model. Okay, so we are done with our pipeline. All we need to do is just to switch back and confirm yes, we passed the zero index, which is beautiful. So I'll open this so we can quickly copy out a prediction data set. Then also I'll open this so we can leverage Autogon quick predict to generate a sample data set. We're going to copy. So my skin rash is giving me a lot of pain and discomfort, and let's copy this. So our users has typed that, and we generate a sample test prediction data set. We'll copy this and update the URL. Could not convert, so I get this error. So it's red. Okay, so I have to pass this without. I have to pass this. My skin is giving me a lot of discomfort. Okay, my skin is giving me a lot of discomfort, and I generate test data sets for this particular guy. If I copy this and I inference this, and I got a varicosis vein, and yes, this is a wrong prediction. It's giving me a lot of discomfort, and it is red and it is swollen. So how about if we copy this? It is red and it is swollen. To see that the model makes more sense. So we'll copy this and we inference this with the model. Could not convert to field 32 for model predict. Okay, so okay, so so when you are copying items, when you are generating text, you have to ensure that the text does not have a comma. Very important. So when you are generating text, when you are going to pass anything, like this is a text body. When you're going to pass a text body, you can see this text body. My skin has rash and it's giving me a lot of pain and discomfort. It is red and swollen, comma, and it is spreading throughout my body. So you have to take this comma off. Yes, in line with the compliance of Autogon environment. So we have to take that comma off. Else we're going to be having, so it's going to give us a different value. So with this, when we pass this and we run the model, you can see we get a chicken pox, and this actually is a chicken pox. Okay, I have a fever. There are red sores developing near my nose. So if we copy this, I have a fever, the red cells developing near my nose, and we generate a scalar data set for this, and we generate this. If we copy this and we paste the URL here, we'll see the prediction that comes in Impetigo, and then you can see it's actually an Impetigo. So our model works pretty well. Okay, so and because we have our model functional here, we can always inference our model from the Postman environment. All we need to do is to supply the sample data set, ensure that whatever text body you are copying does not have a comma. Yes, else you're going to run into some errors. Okay, so when I click on my project, I've created a pipeline. I copy the pipeline ID and I paste the pipeline ID and I run this, and you can see beautiful, we have a prediction, and what is the result in Impetigo, and this is brilliant. Yes, this is very brilliant. And we can, so you can build a symptom to disease classifier for a medical doctor and in different other bodies, and yes, and make very brilliant classification along the way. Okay, so the next example we're going to be looking at is the sentiment analysis, and then we can see different feedback and the sentiment, this feedback and the sentiment, this feedback and the sentiment. And yes, you can equally build the same thing using the count vectorizer and using similar approach that we've done. So we're going to take this example and the next as a classroom. So type me this in the comment section, and I'm going to check it out. And yes, the most accurate model is going to get a reward. So it's similar thing, and I had an accuracy of 0.6, beat my accuracy. Yes, beat my accuracy. So get this first and beat my accuracy, and using the same studio environment. Then article example 3, article to category prediction. It's another similar data set. The article happens to be the independent variable and the category being the dependent variable. It's a classification problem, but because it's text data, you can see this also. So the feedback is the independent variable and the sentiment is the dependent variable, so you know how to slice. And yes, so both of these, all of these are classification problems. Yes, they're classification problems. And yes, so get your hands wet, play with them, and yes, drop me results on the comment section. Thank you guys, and bye for now.